What is up, guys? And in today's video, I will be reviewing Scream 3, probably the most controversial one in my opinion. So if you enjoyed this review, do make sure you do smash the like button, please subscribe if you're brand new around here and hit that notification bell. Let's go ahead and get right into the review for Scream 3. What are my thoughts on Scream 3? Let me know yours in the comments below. Let's go ahead and get right into this review for Scream 3. In my opinion, the most controversial one. In my opinion. Again, and no opinion is right. Everybody's opinion is different. Every opinion varies, right? And I will say this about Scream 3. It isn't bad, but it isn't good. It has its flaws, but at least it tries to do something different. At least it's something a little fresh, you know? And I hear a lot of people say this doesn't feel like a Scream movie. Part of it does feel like a Scream movie to me. I think a lot of people say that because this is the one where Kevin Williams wasn't involved. Kevin Williams was not the writer in this. So I feel like if you think this doesn't feel like a Scream movie, it's probably just because Kevin Williams isn't involved in it. And again, you could tell that. Like, you could tell that Kevin Williams isn't involved in this one. You can tell that right off the gate as the movie goes on. The whole movie within a movie thing, I think it works. It works. It works. But could it have been better? Most definitely. I do think the whole movie within a movie thing could have been way better. But it is what it is. And again, do I think that they should have went with the original script, which I am thinking about making a video on? Yes, they should have, went with that original script, but they didn't. So we are here with the Scream 3 that we've gotten. And talking about this Scream 3, yes, it could have been way better. But it isn't bad and it isn't good. It isn't bad, but it also isn't the greatest thing in the world. I will most certainly say that about Scream 3. I think Scream 3 at least tried to do something different and try to do something fresh. And I think this writer, tried at least to kind of fill those shoes of Kevin in this one, in my opinion. The kills, the kills aren't really nothing special here. I think this is the one where they should have really stepped up the kills. This is the one where they should have really stepped up the kills. They should have really went there with the kills. I think this is, I think this one should have been the bloodiest and the goriest one. I also think this should have been the one to kill off one of the legacy characters. And a lot of people say Scream 4, should have been the one to kill one of those off. I think this one should have been the one to kill off one of the legacy characters. And I think Gail, has always kind of been the one to kind of get it. She's always, been the one to kind of, there's a possibility of her dying. And I have a high prediction that she will get killed in the next Scream movie. I have a high prediction that she will get killed in the next Scream movie. I have a very high prediction in that. And I feel like Scream 3 would have been the perfect time to kill Gale Weathers off, in my personal opinion. Again, no opinion is right. Because I feel like Scream 3, it's a third installment. They really don't take any risks here. And part of that is because I feel like it's the new writer. Kevin, and with his original script, was willing to take some risks and take it, this whole franchise in a brand new direction. And I think when we talk about, specifically like the kills and how creative Ghostface gets here, he really don't get that creative. He don't, really get creative. He really don't, So, again, with that alone, it kind of makes it stale a little bit. And it feels like, okay, we've seen this before. Like we've seen this before in Scream 2 and Scream 1. Again, Scream 3, a couple of, positive. What are some things I do actually like? And just, kind of keeping on topic here for a minute. Scream 3, I actually like the whole voice changer ideal where Ghostface can change his voice. I know some people are mixed on that, but I personally do like the whole voice changer ideal. And taking us into this brand new setting that we've never seen before, well, that was a pretty interesting ideal. And the whole movie within a movie thing, I like the whole movie within a movie thing. Could it have been, executed better? Sure. But it is what it is, But, those are just some of my positives right there. I also like Dewey's growth here. I also like Sydney's growth here as well. So those are some of my positives right there. The negatives, I kind of already spoke on some of the negatives. Scream 3 kind of feels stale. It kind of feels stale. It doesn't feel too original. You know, it doesn't feel too original, don't feel too fresh. You know, in the third installment, you know, you would think for Scream, the third installment, they would take more risks, have higher stakes, more kills, whatever. Also, I want to talk about the killer in this. The killer in this. Now, the thing is, I don't mind the killer in this. You know, I don't mind, you know, who the killer is in this movie. I don't mind that. But the problem that I have with this killer is kind of unbelievable to me. And what I mean by it's unbelievable, it should have been 3 killers. You know, I feel like Scream 1, you know, having 2 killers, and Scream 2 having 2 killers. It would have been super cool if Scream 3, you know, could have had 3 killers instead of 2 or even 1. Again, it goes with that original script that Kevin Williams had, where, you know, it was going to be like a cult, which, yes, you know, that would have been, you know, really good and really, you know, would have shooken the franchise. But I think, again, when we talk about this original script here, and with the, you know, the Scream 3 that we've gotten, I can't buy that one guy did all these killings, they did all these phone calls, they did all this taunting and stalking. I can't buy all that. I just can't buy that. And Scream 3, again, does have its kind of slow moments, just where it just kind of drags on a little bit. But again, final thoughts on Scream 3, man. You know, I give it a solid, you know, 8.5. I give it a solid 8.5. I think that's fair. You know, just a quick, just a quick discussion on how I feel about the previous ones that I already reviewed. If you go check out those reviews. Scream 1, I gave a solid 10 out of 10. I think, you know, the first Scream was a classic, and it deserves to be right up there with Halloween, with Child's Play, with The Exorcist, etc., etc. Scream 2, I gave a 9.5. A almost perfect sequel with some flaws. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But Scream 3 here gives an 8.5. It could have been way better, and I think Scream 3, it isn't bad. Just a kind of disappointment, because it could have been way better. But yeah, what are your thoughts on Scream 3? Make sure you do smash the like button. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.